When I mention the name Ubisoft, people typically think of games like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, the Tom Clancy games, or most notably, Rayman. But what if I were to tell you those games weren't even the best of what Ubisoft could even produce? A game that you may not have even known existed. One that highlights what it means to be a kid again, growing up in an unfamiliar world, overcoming obstacles, and flourishing into the self-sufficient person that you are today. That's right, the best game that Ubisoft has ever produced is a game known as Grow Up. Grow Up is a game that has a world made up of various different polygonal configurations and all types of colors to bring a sense of life to these differently shaped amalgamations. However, Grow Up is actually a sequel to the game Grow Home, where the objective is to make your way to the spaceship M.O.M. by growing this extremely large plant up to space and utilizing the terrain and certain abilities to help you get up there. But this game wasn't necessarily supposed to be a game. It was actually meant to be a test for physics and other capabilities that could be applied to the engine for other games. The fact that it was actually well appreciated gave Ubisoft the green light to make a full version of the game. In turn, we were given Ubisoft's most underrated creation. Grow Up's objective is actually very similar to Grow Home's objective, in the fact that you have to grow a plant into space to get to M.O.M. However, in this game you are actually given some lore and companions. B.U.D, our main character, is traveling with M.O.M through space when all of a sudden they run into an asteroid belt, causing the two to be sent off course and onto an unknown planet. B.U.D is left to his own devices with only the help of his satellite friend P.O.D. Turns out that M.O.M has broken up into multiple different pieces and is scattered throughout the planet, with her main component landing on the moon, the highest point in the game. B.U.D's objective is to collect all these parts with P.O.D and send them to the moon for repairs. He does this by utilizing various different plants that shoot, bounce, or launch him hundreds of feet into the air. Scattered throughout the planet are abilities such as a jetpack, a glider, and a parachute. Teleporters are also around the map in order to give the player a fast travel option. Or you could also collect crystals that give your jetpack more airtime to travel to far distant lands. The last thing you can do to help out with your journey is challenges. The more challenges you complete, the more B.U.D suits you can unlock. Each suit gives B.U.D a different upgrade. Botanical allows you to grow bigger plants so that it's easier to get on and travel with them. Aviator allows you to fly much faster and much longer with the glider, making travel much easier. And then there's the Bug Suit, which allows you to attract more bugs that are within your vicinity. Yeah, this one doesn't really have much use. But those are just a couple of the suits you can wear to help out with your journey to save M.O.M. You could also use these different abilities to explore the open world, visit different hidden caves with interesting creatures hidden within, or launch through strange shaped floating land formations. The world is your oyster. And if you are anything like me, you are probably a completionist. I 200%ed the game, collecting every crystal, completing every challenge, finding all the telerouters, and unlocking every plant you could interact with. And if I am being honest, the world of Grow Up has more personality than the world of Spider-Man 2.
Thank you, a million. Oh, maybe you should call yourself the Great Electric Spider.
Now, as for my personal experience with the game, like many people that played the game apparently, the way we found it was back in 2015 or 16 when it was free with Xbox Live Gold. Little did I know I would actually come to love the colorful and peaceful atmosphere that the world had, getting to learn the goofy mechanics and how each plant interaction sent you flying in random directions. That was pretty entertaining. Looking back, there was a hidden message behind Grow Up. Well, actually, it's not so hidden when it's spoiled in the title. The game actually has a triple entendre. Not only is the objective of the game to grow these giant plants further up into the sky, but the player character B.U.D starts off on his own as a seed and begins to bud as the game continues on. learning to work without the guidance of mom and mentally growing up into a self-sufficient robot of his own. Which in turn adds on to the beauty of what made this essentially mechanical test game one of Ubisoft's most underrated games ever produced. Also the fact that this game is actually Souls-like, I don't know if you guys knew that. Grow Up is one of the most niche games I've ever played, so I'd be pleasantly surprised to see any other enjoyers of the game pop up in the comments section. But nonetheless, I hope you all enjoyed this shorter video covering one of Ubisoft's more unknown games. Thank you all for the support that was shown in my last video. It became my new most popular video on the channel. Like I said, I'm going to try uploading more content this year and doing it more frequently. So if you guys enjoy the videos I make and want to see more, be sure to thumbs up the video, comment what you think of the video, and subscribe if you aren't already. I hope to hit 1,000 subs soon, so let's make that happen. Like always, I'll see you all in the next video. Babbage out.